Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode Season 2. In the last episode, we got a few more seeds in this compact machine with our phytogenic insulators going, and today I think it's time to start working on getting some alloys processed, and I think it's best to just toss all of those in a compact machine as well. I have made a little bit of a room right down there on the pathway, and it's gonna be nice because we can continue the pathway going this way and down to the left as well for other rooms, but this one has just some alloy furnaces in the walls to that's not the right word, to demonstrate what this compact machine is about to hold. So if we grab our compact machine thingy-madoohicker, we can actually get inside and hopefully the game doesn't crash, and we can start setting this up. One thing that I want to have inside the compact machine is apply logistics access. So we added an ME capability adapter over here underneath the compact machine, and then I just ran a smart cable over here to this dense cable, which is going to give me access to applied logistics on the inside. So if we just zerp up top, we can come back on the inside with this guy, and then we'll go just right up to the middle, which should be this, looks like the middle point. There we go. We're going to put a tunnel on there with a capability adapter, and then we're just going to stick a thing that I didn't grab because I tossed all of those in the applied logistics system. I was going to say that we're going to add a wireless access point so we can get access to applied logistics in here, and then we're going to run some smart cables, kind of similar how I did before. And I don't know really how many channels we're going to need here, possibly just one, and we can use 4 of the same P2P tunnels here. So let's grab some tunnel, and I'll smack you right here, and right here, and also right here. And then we can replace the top cables to the color that the P2P tunnel is going to be. We are missing channel. Wire. We have access. Oh, now it has access. Okay. All right. So over here, I want to have the alloy furnaces, and for that, we're going to require a bunch of interfaces, I think. I have one made, so let's make a few more interface. I have all the things almost. Just need a bunch of these and a bunch of these, and we should be good on that point. There we go. Okay, so with interfaces, we can provide the items that we need with a stack of each one of those, and then we can just filter them and put them into its corresponding spots for the alloy furnaces, which I will set up next. So I started to get the alloy smelters here in place, and then I realized that a lot of this setup is going to require a whole lot of off-camera work, and that kind of camera work is best done on live stream. So I think we'll tackle this on live stream and maybe put in some other machines in this room, possibly smelters or pulverizers. Stuff like that could be really neat because we have enough space. If we grab some compact machine walls here, we have enough space to get, that would be another row. And even if we would want it to, actually, we could fit in another row, but I don't think we have enough. That would be 5, 10, 20. Yeah, that would be actually good. If we grab some smart cable here, we can actually see we would have enough space to do a total of this many machines because we have it one pushed forward, so we can't put more than 5 on this side. So that would be 30 machines, which would be plenty for what we would need on the channels. And then I hope 2 interfaces are enough to extract and insert stuff, because that's all the channels that we can muster on one dense cable, because we're already at 22 and we add 5 more level emitters here. But I don't think we're going to need that many alloy smelters or alloy furnaces anyway. But like I said, smelters on one side, pulverizers on the other, and maybe some other stuff as well to be processed here. And we can even decorate like this entire room here with not just the alloy things. We can put a smelter and put, like, I don't know, wood turning into charcoal or something like that, just to designate what the compact machine does. But what I want to tackle today is I want to dive into some more magic-y bits. We can get ourselves a blood altar if we progress a little bit more in astral sorcery. So we're going to need to get a glass lens, which is going to require a starlight infuser. So I'll gather all the things that I need to make. We do require star metal, which does require star metal ore, which we can get from the starlight transmutation. Okay, that's one thing, but we can actually place down iron ore next to those crystals. And that crystal is, I believe, somewhere in here. So I might go doing a little bit of digging to see if I can find it. And then we can place some iron ore next to it. And I believe it should turn into star metal. If not, we're going to do the thing with the rock crystals where you can place it down and then you do the star metal thing. Since we're not very deep in astral sorcery, we kind of have to keep it nighttime, or at least do astral sorcery at nighttime, because I want to make a thing and I don't have enough starlight, so nighttime is very important. And what we can get is actually this eclipsed clock from random things. It just requires another star. I don't know if we need to put it in an item frame, or do we put it just on the wall like that? Okay, we just put it on the wall. Sweet. And then we can change the time, I think. So we can set it to be nighttime, for example. That's midnight. And then I think I click it with this. And then it turns it to nighttime. And it uses a bunch of time from this, but we have 161 hours. So we are pretty good on that. But at least now we have enough starlight to make ourselves the linking tool, which is one of the things that we're going to require to link crystals to other blocks. And I want to try it with that crystal. I found where it was. But as soon as this gets made, we should be able to go test that out. I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not, but we got the linking tool. So let's head over here. And here is the crystal. So can I link this crystal? Link collector crystal to block. It does work. Okay, sweet. Lovely. Okay, so we don't have to do anything. And this star metal we can then toss into an enrichment chamber. Or enriching factory to get stardust. Is that also a quest? That is a quest, and we need to get the grindstone first. Grindstone, is that a difficult recipe? That is 2 planks, a marble, and 2 sticks. So let's grab some spruce planks, and I have marble bits in this backpack here. I think it didn't matter which marble, so we can grab a little bit like so. I'm gonna come over here and then make ourselves the grindstone. There we go. So that should be made. Lovely. We can claim that. We can claim the stardust, the star metal, the linking tool. So that is a bunch of loot chests, and we get toasted westerns and peking ducks and hamster wheel and colored block crafter. Okay, hamster wheel. Do we need this? We can put a hamster in hamster wheel at some point, but the food I've just been tossing in here in our Fisher crate, and I'm kind of preparing 10 items. So that is 1 heart, 2 hearts, 3 hearts, and so forth. And once we get 10, we can eat all of those items and get another 10 hearts over here. For now, since we have the star metal, I think I needed to just get this smelting. And then I can make some more off camera here, but let's just get this cooking, just to get the star metal ingots. And then I believe I have my liquid starlight and I think it was the infuser. This guy's starlight infuser. So I need all of the marble bits. So let me just grab a bunch of this out here. Do we need some of the dark marble? We do not. Okay, we need some gold though, and star metal and aquamarine. I have the aquamarine. We can toss this away. The grindstone I'll actually just put down here somewhere. And then we need some gold as well. So gold. Okay. And we can now craft ourselves this. Is this the next tier altar? That is the celestial altar. So we need this altar first. But how? Hold on. What am I missing here? This needs a glass lens. Oh, that is just a luminous crafting table. And then you can use the starlight infuser. Right. Okay, I forgot. All right. So that was not necessary, but at least we know how to make star metal now. And I can make that a little bit later. But for the time being, let us place this grindstone right there. And we actually just need to make this stuff in the luminous crafting table. Right. So we need mirrored glass, which is... It says arcane thing, so we need to probably research this. So if we get into our Thaumonomicon and we go and research it, this is not going to be it. Is it alchemy or is it artifice? Artifice, probably. So I'm now ready to begin crafting magical. Okay, here it is, mirrored glass. So that's quicksilver and glass pane. So quicksilver, I have a bunch of that, and glass panes. Let's grab these and these, and we're just gonna make another stack of these. And then we can take our astral tome here, or our ender book, and we go to Thaumcraft, come over here, quicksilver, plus these glass panes, and we can actually make mirrors. And now we're out of V, so we can break this guy. Let's turn F3G on. And we're gonna put you right here, for example. Hello? Did I not pick you up? What happened? Okay, here it is. For some reason, it did weird things. And we can do quicksilver. I can't shift double click, that's fine. Put it in here. Now I have a bunch more V. Because I just want to make a bunch of these. Okay, it's 50 V per 11, should be plenty for the moment. And what we can do actually is just go into our inventory, claimed chunks. Let's load this chunk. Well, actually, let's just load these chunks. I think I have to control click, no, shift click. And that should recharge the V while I'm not here, because it's already charging up quite quickly. We can even make another one of these, or another couple. There we go. That is recharging quite quickly. Does speeding this up, do you do faster on the recharge? Not really. Okay, let's just make one more, because we're already here, and we already got 50 V. Okay, that should be plenty for what we need for right now. And we can go back to the base. And now we need to craft our blood altar, which should be now doable. Actually, we need to go first to the luminous crafting table. And we're gonna craft that that lens thing. So for that we require mana glass paints, aquamarine, and quicksilver. Do I have any mana glass? I do not. So let's grab a stack of glass here. Go over to our mana pool. And we're gonna toss you right there. Let it do its thing. Wonderful. Then we can turn this mana glass into mana glass panes. And then we needed what else for this? Quicksilver and aquamarine, which we should have plenty of. Okay. So then we come here, glass lens, boom, 4. Sweet. Okay, and one thing that you can do, if you didn't know, this is a pretty fast process for this glass lenses, but you can speed up this, and then it's pretty much like instant, and you get a whole bunch of particles. But we have the glass lenses now, and I need to actually go down to this terminal, because I've only made 2 of the brass plates, and we're gonna toss this guy in here, and then grab our will. And we're gonna grab the one that has the least amount. This has 0.19. There we go. Blood altar. That should also be a quest, I believe. Blood magic? No? Oh, we already have the blood altar tier 1. That was just a checkmark quest. Okay. We also could grab the Hellfire Forge while we're here. I think that... Okay, we have alchemical brass. We have the quartz slivers, and we need some stardust. So good enough that I made star metal ingots. Give that to me. Need to get you crushed up. And then we can make the thing that we need. So, like so. Grab this. Like so. Come down here and Hellfire Forge. Boom. Okay. Lovely. So what do we need to make the petty tartaric gem? That's just gold, lapis, glass, and redstone. So gold. We're actually gonna just grab a stack. Gold, lapis, glass, and redstone. Okay. And I'm gonna grab all my will that we have here. Then we're gonna come up here and start setting up our blood magic. I don't think this is gonna be the permanent spot, but as we get the bigger and bigger altars, we're gonna figure out where I wanna actually place all of this. We're gonna place the Hellfire Forge right here, and we're gonna put all of this in here. And then I think we just need a will of quality 1 or higher. So that one will do. And that should make us our petty tartaric gem and use up 1 will. And then we can just drop these guys on the floor and absorb them up, and we get 9 will. And we're just gonna make another gem because you always need one to upgrade to the next, and it's just easier to do it that way. And now I need to make it nighttime, go kill some mobs. I could set up a proper spawner for me to charge this up. That could be a thing that we do actually, because it's gonna be faster than running around at nighttime and killing things. Yeah, I think, let me figure out first of all where I want to have blood magic. I want to prepare the altar layout at least out of other blocks, and we can actually see where it is or how we're going to set it up, and then we can actually set up a spawner as well. To help us set up the blood altar, we're going to need the sacrificial dagger so we can make a special book. So the sacrificial dagger is going to require this soul scribe, and then we can turn that into the sacrificial dagger here, and then we can just sit here and right click and take our hearts, and I believe we should regenerate with the meat, and that will go through our meat a whole lot of quicker than I would want to. So I think we'll set up some sort of regeneration or maybe saturation beacons or something next to here. But if we toss a book in here with the 1000 blood, which we have in there, and another dislocator, well, that's neat. Okay, we get the Inspectoris Scandalum, and this guy we can set to tier 5 here, and then we'll actually break this guy. We're gonna bring you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks up and see how, because this should show me, right? Yeah. This shows me the level 5. Okay, so we need to bring it down a little bit. So 1, 2, 3 maybe. And then we set this guy like so. Actually, one more block down I think will be good, just so we have the runes in the floor. Wonderful. Okay, and then we can just break out this stuff here. I think if we go further away, we see it. Yeah. Okay, so it's all the way up to the beacon, I think. Actually, that should be an air gap. Right. Yep. Okay. So let me place some polished stone right in these gaps here, where we are going to have the runes. And that is going to be kind of like our layout for the altar. And we can even grab some beacons. Beacon. So we're going to grab 4 of those here. You can place it down like so. It's so weird how it doesn't show when you're close, but it shows when you're far away or looking at it at a different angle. It's so weird. So like that. And now it's going to be easier for me to dig this out. So we can just go all the way up to here, like so, and like so. And then we grab our polished stone and just filled all of this in. And I will set up the rest of the stuff as well. So that is the full layout of the blood altar. And for right now, we need to grab some arcane stone. And then I need to spend some time just right-clicking my body over here on this blood altar. And then we need to toss in one of these, I believe. It is arcane stone, right? Right? Blank slate. Oh no, it's living rock. Ha. It's the other version. So we need to take living rock, not arcane stone, and toss it in here. Arcane stone turns into living rock with those two over there. And we can grab ourselves some blank slates. And with the blank slates, we can make some blank runes. And we need to also make a blood orb. So the weak blood orb is just a mana diamond. Do I have one of those? I definitely do. And how much blood? 2,000. So if we grab ourselves a slate here. Why is this draining? I don't know why it was draining. Interesting. Okay. So if we just click ourselves a little bit, we can toss that guy in there, and that should make ourselves a weak blood orb. It should be the first tier of blood magic. And do we have any quests for this? We do. So we can claim that and claim the blank slate as well. We can claim the Petit Tartar gem, sacrificial dagger, and we can open up these. We get Greek obsidian, magical, glowing glass, some void upgrades, and chicken curry. Did I already eat the chicken curry? I have not. We'll go toss that to the spot over there later. I'll toss it in here and forget about it apparently. Okay, so we can toss this away, and this can be gone, this can be gone, this we don't need, this we don't need, that we don't need. Okay, and this. Okay, so I can just spend some time making some blank runes, because then we need a total of 8 of these. So we can do this and put the orb in here, make a blank rune. I don't know where I had those blank slates from before, but I'm gonna make a few more and make ourselves a total of 8 runes, and we are then gonna be to level 2 of the Blood Altar. Before we do all of the grind, let's make it a little bit easier on us, and I have made an environmental controller which will allow us to get the Regeneration Plus module in there and also the Saturation Plus module. And the Saturation Plus module we can now craft because I have zombies in a syringe, and I will show you how you do that in a moment. But you take this and it actually leaves the syringe behind, which is fine, and then that, and you get the Saturation Plus module. We need a power cell, which we do have here. Are you set up with all the things? You are. So we're just gonna go underneath here, and we can set this up here in the middle. We're gonna put the power cell right there. It's set to output, so you should get power. Wonderful. And the radius can be what? We're here at Y95, so height can be 9.5. And let's say 100 and 95. Okay, cool. And then the radius 50 blocks is perfectly fine for the moment. Okay, and then we install this guy, and that should give us saturation here. So we get saturation 3. So we shouldn't be using the meat for our meat feeder if we actually go here and do this. Yes, we have full on saturation. We don't use the meat feeder, and we can just right click here and do that. And to get the regeneration, we're gonna need some iron golems. So I'm gonna spawn one in here, and then we're just gonna hurt him a little bit. And it looks like one might be enough, yeah, to get us a full syringe. And then I need to get another 2 filled up. So we're gonna actually grab a bit more iron, because we might need another golem. We'll see. Oh, another one other than this guy. So let's get this filled in, and then this guy. It's gonna be enough. It is gonna be enough. Lovely. Okay, cool. We didn't really need that. That's okay. And then we can turn that into a regeneration module, and then we can turn this guy into a regen plus module. Awesome. We're gonna go toss this in here. We can toss it in here, and now we have regeneration 3. So if we stand here and right click to fill all of this up, we have a bunch of layers of hearts. So we can fill up the entire altar, and then we can, while we're crafting, just wait for our health to fill back up, and then we can right click ourselves again and not cause any damage to ourselves and get us killed. So for this to work, we're also gonna get some conduits here, and we're gonna get some filters as well. I think I have the limited items still. Yeah, we're gonna set this guy up to be limited of 1, and then we're gonna grab a couple of crates here. We actually could have just 1, to be honest, because we can just do the conduit on in and out. And we can say extract always active, insert, and we're gonna put the limited item filter, and then we can extract on always active, insert on red, like that. And then if we toss these guys in here, that should start making 1 blank slate at a time. And actually it won't, because we need a filter on the extract here to say extract only blank slates. And that way we should be good. Okay. And with this last rune, we are at a Blood Altar tier 2, and we're actually gonna make a sigil next. The Divination Sigil requires arcane ashes, which are made in the Hellfire Forge, so we need all of these things. And the Hellfire Forge, we're gonna place you right here. And I needed what for this? So redstone, bone meal, charcoal, and gunpowder. So powder, charcoal, redstone, I'm gonna need a couple bits, and bone meal. Okay, And we can toss that plus that plus that plus that plus this in here. That should make us the arcane ashes. Awesome. We're going to take the redstone, and we also need a blank slate. So we'll grab one from here, and we can put down the arcane ashes like so. We can put a redstone in here and then a blank slate in there, and that should make us the divination sigil as soon as this completes. And this has 19 durability, but you can cheese it by repairing it in the powered anvil. So if we go over here, do I have travel anchors? I do not have them set up yet. Okay. So what you can do is you can toss this in here and get it repaired, and you only ever need to make one, which is kind of nice. Okay, so with the divination sigil, if we right click it to bind it to ourselves, we can see how much essence we have in our whatchamacallit, in our network, because we can fill it up if we grab our weak blood orb and we right click ourselves like so. We can fill up some blood in here, so we have 3,200 essence now, or we can toss it in the blood altar while we right click with the sacrificial dagger, and that will absorb it into our network as well. But for the time being, I'm just going to be right clicking the altar to make blank slates for the moment. So we can just go this much. Okay. So yeah, right, we have a tier 2 altar now. We can actually see it in the Whale now with the divination sigil. I don't know if we could see it before, but really doesn't matter. Okay, so we can toss this guy in here. This guy can go in here as well. Where did my other gem go? It's right here. Okay, so this guy gets filled up if we use a sentient sword, I believe. So the sentient sword is an iron sword and a petty tartaric gem. So I should have made 3 of these, but we can at least make an iron sword now. How many of the will is it gonna need? It says 0. So we can toss this plus this plus this. And that should make us a sentient sword, which is the sword that is required to go kill mobs with. And you can then basically gather will into your tartaric gems. So you can grab a total of, I think, 64 in this petty tartaric gem, and then you can use that to make a bigger tartaric gem. And for that, I think the easiest way to do is just to set up a spawner box where we filter all of the spawners or all of the things into the middle, and we get ourselves a bunch of mobs, and then we can just kill them. With this guy, we're going to enchant him with sweeping edge and also some sharpness, and that should be pretty good. I decided to completely over-engineer this spawner because it was completely and utterly not necessary, but it was fun though. So over here we have a blaze spawner with 16 speed upgrades, and I have some mob fans. These push this way, these push this way, and then this guy pushes up, this guy pushes over, and if we turn on the spawner like this, we should see blazes spawning down there, and we do this. The blazes come up to the top. I have some vector plates over there to put them to the center, but it does work like so, and we can then just sit here. They do get mad a little bit, but we can at least chop them up, and they can't really hurt me here. I think they might be able to hit me, but it really doesn't matter. But we can just kill all of them here and get all of the petty tartaric gem willness filled up. So we can then turn off the spawner and finish off the blazes because the fans keep them in check here. And that is kind of really nice. The only kind of deficit here is that, and it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, because these blazes are so close to the spawner detects them in the spawner radius, and it's not going to spawn more. So if we, for example, turn the spawner off, you can see the spawner will stop as soon as there are, I think, 6 blazes up there. And then it's not going to spawn anymore. So it's kind of a failsafe if I forget to turn this off. It's not going to spawn infinite amounts of blazes. And even though these guys despawn after a while, but we're not going to cause any problems to our server or to our single player world in any shape, way, or form. So that is kind of really nice. Okay, so that is online. We can now have petty tartaric gems filled up all the way. And I think it's unfortunately the time to end today's episode. We did some really cool blood magic progress and also some Astro Sorcery progress, and I will be in between episodes on live stream setting up those alloy smelters so we can get our alloys online and we can get some more of that stuff processed and up and running. So with that, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm hoping you really enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. You can also subscribe if you're new, and also support me on Patreon as well if you want. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great one. Bye bye.